So, Nick, you haven't seen Iron Lung.
No, I have not. Um, I'm going to be seeing it on Monday
Hmm.
because I wanted to see it when it came out, but last week I went to the theater on multiple different days instead of Thursday to see other movies, which I can also talk about my experience at Alamo, which
Hmm.
was okay.
Hmm.
It's fine.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm just happy to see Iron Lung like kind of blow up at the box office and do really well because it's based on this tiny little cheap ass weird his shit horror game made by a guy called David Szymanski.
Hmm.
And if you go back 15 years, when I was writing for Pop Matters, when I was blogging, back when people blogged, I wrote several blog posts about David Szymanski horror games, just tiny little short things that you can finish in 2 to 3 hours. But like the writing was cool, the premise was cool. He just had this way of like creating these weird ass worlds and then just kind of telling a tiny little like story that just kind of gets under your skin. It's like, oh damn, I like this dude. So I played a bunch of his games, wrote a bunch of his blog posts, and now I see all over the internet like Iron Lung, based on the game by David Szymanski, and I look at that and go, oh shit, man, that guy's got his name on a movie poster. Good job. I'm just glad to see like this guy who's just making tiny cheap ass games like for fun and is like, got a name on a movie poster.
So, you said you can't go wrong with Sam Raimi, but I mean, I don't know much about it. But isn't Markiplier part of it as well?
Markiplier played the game and really liked it, and he bought the movie rights, and he stars in and directed the movie.
Okay, he does direct the movie. Okay, because
Yes.
that's what why the girl child is very interested in seeing it. And when I
Which
went to the movies yesterday, we ended up not seeing Iron Lung and instead seeing Send Help because the girl child wanted to see that movie but didn't want to see it yesterday. So, she doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to go to the movies. Her dad wants to take her to a movie every single night, and she's like, "No, I don't want to go see a movie." So,
which like look, I like movies. I don't want to go every single night. I
yeah.
sympathize with that. Like there's a like I said, I didn't see it last week because I went to the theater twice last week and I was like, fuck it, I'm done.
Hmm.
I've got my quota filled for the week, my theater quota.
Yeah,
So yeah, I sympathize with that.
well, he does want to go to a movie every single night. We see a movie at the theater, and then we come home and we watch a movie at home. So, yeah. So, yeah, I guess you'll see it this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it Monday.
All right.
And from what I hear, I'll be interesting to know what she thinks about it. Like, ask what she thinks about it, and then tell me, or like tell her to tell me. Or I want to know because I've heard that it's a very weird movie, which is appropriate because like the game itself is fucking weird.
Mhm.
Uh, but like it's kind of slow. It's a slow burn, and by the end of it, people like I'm still not entirely sure what's going on. Am I supposed to be this confused? I don't know, but it was kind of compelling. Some of you said it was kind of boring, which fits because okay, you know what? I'll talk about it. Go to YouTube while I'm talking about this and bring up a gameplay video of Iron Lung.
I will, but first, because I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
going to
New Year's
blow
resolution.
my New Year's resolution, I'm going to start the show, and then we will talk about all of the visual things that people on the podcast can't appreciate. All right,
Okay.
stand by.
This podcast discusses video games, pop culture, and technology, and these podcasters have big, fat potty mouths. If you're younger than 18 or are easily offended, please stop this podcast now. Oh, and your mom said to take out the trash and do your homework.
Hello and welcome to GameHounds. GameHounds episode 807. We are recording this on Sunday, February 1st, 2026. I'm Edie Sellers. With me is Nick DiNicola. Man, all these years later, that song is still banging. That song still bangs. Anyway, so before, while I look up the gameplay of Iron Lung, you can answer one of the questions that came in from the chat room that said, speaking of children seeing movies with parents, did anyone watch the Wonder Man series? It's good.
I have not, but I do want to because I've also heard that it's really good. I'm actually looking forward to it, which is I'm not looking forward to a lot of things that coming out of Marvel, but I've heard enough about Wonder Man that makes me think, oh, I should actually see that. I want to finish Fallout. Then I gotta watch Wonder Man, then maybe Gen V. Yeah. Oh, happy birthday, AC Wraith. If I ignore my shadow, will it melt the ice? We can only hope.
Happy birthday,
You can try. No harm in trying.
All right, there we go. Iron Lung, finally found it. Oh,
And then,
hold on a second.
Andrew's in the chat. He says,
Hey.
I'll never love stepdad intro voice. You mean Morgan Freeman intro voice? No, you mean fake Morgan Freeman.
No, it's old man. So it's Wilford Brimley.
That is not Wilford Brimley. That is Morgan Freeman.
No, it's not. He's an old white man.
Show that to anyone old enough to know who Morgan Freeman is, because he hasn't been in movies for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Show that to Chris and ask him, who does this sound like?
I will do that. All right, I'm sharing my screen now for the Iron Lung gameplay.
So yeah, okay. Iron Lung. I played this. It's a cool game. Before you start, before you put this on the screen, I'm going to give you the premise. So, humanity has gone into space. We're a spacefaring civilization. And then one day, all habitable planets vanish from the universe. They call it the quiet rapture. Mm-hmm. All habitable planets gone. The only people left are people on space stations. Looking for resources, they stumble across a moon. Actually, they stumble across multiple moons filled with oceans of blood.
Okay.
You are a convict sent into the ocean in a makeshift submarine to take pictures of some anomalies on the trench on the floor of this ocean of blood after all habitable planets in the universe disappear. And it's like, okay. I have no idea what to expect going into that, but I wasn't expecting a math game.
Oh, okay. All right. So now can I put it on the screen?
Now you can put it on the screen.
All right.
So the game itself takes place in this tiny little sub. It's just this one room. Right now, you're facing the console where you control the angle and speed of the submarine. Behind you, there's a button that takes pictures. So you need to look at the map, and the map is a full-on grid. Yes, just like this. Like pause it here.
Oh, stand by. Okay.
So this map shows you
Go ahead.
Everything's on a grid, and the anomalies have X and Y coordinates. But there's also walls, right? There's walls everywhere. So what you do, you can't see out of your submarine. There's no windows. So instead, you're looking at this map. You're looking at the X and Y coordinates, and you're looking at your compass to figure out, okay, I'm at point 118 and 116, and I'm facing north. I want to keep going north until I get to Y200. Then I want to turn east and I want to continue on there until I get to X coordinate 300. And then I can take a picture of the anomaly. And this is the whole game of looking at the map, going, okay, I'm going to look at this, angle my ship. What coordinates do I want to get to? Like, it's a math game where you're looking at X and Y coordinates and trying to figure out how to move your submarine along what are really tight corridors of
Mhm.
this trench. Where it really ends up working is that it's all about atmosphere. Like if you just look at the video and you're like, oh, yeah, it's just a guy pushing buttons. I'm just watching these numbers go up, and then I'm moving a triangle, and then I'm pushing buttons to watch a number go up. But the sound is really effective because you can hear things outside your submarine, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And you can go and take a picture, see what is that. Every time you take a picture of an anomaly, it's a very weird thing, and you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, are those bones? Why are those bones? Are those fingers? Why are those fingers? And so it creates this really interesting, really oppressive atmosphere as you are just kind of stuck in this location and you keep hearing things outside and you keep taking pictures of increasingly bizarre things. And you're like, what is going on? What is this place? But then it ends very suddenly in a way that doesn't resolve any of those questions, really.
Mhm.
Although apparently, after the game was originally came out, the creator updated it with what is called the lore update, where he added a computer where you can search for keywords. And in searching for those keywords, it kind of expands the lore of the game. But the game itself is navigating through these trenches in this submarine using this really rudimentary system and just kind of feeling the pressure of, oh, fuck, I'm next to a wall. I need to angle. I need to move. And for something that is so mechanically simple and graphically basic, like I said, it's all about atmosphere and it's all about creating this really oppressive. There are no windows. There's no light. There's no escape. There's no hope. I just have to keep going deeper into this trench, taking pictures of weird things, trying not to hit a wall. And it just does a good job with atmosphere. So yeah, I'm very curious what the girl child will think of the movie, considering the game is this.
Yeah.
It's like
I am interested in what this movie is.
It is one of the most like uncinematic games you will play, but it works really well as a game because you're constantly engaged with, okay, I'm at these coordinates. Oh shit, wait, where am I? Like, oh, I think I'm lost. Let me try to figure this out. Like the mechanics constantly keep you kind of invested in your situation. And so I'm curious to see how they do that in a movie.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the movie. I want to see it just because I like Markiplier. He's a fun guy and he seems like a decent person in some of the other videos I've seen. Like,
which is a rare thing.
He's not an asshole content creator. He's like, no, I am actually a nice guy and I just really like this. And
yeah,
apparently this is just a passion project for him. And I really like the guy who created the game, David Szymanski. I played a bunch of his other horror games that are just really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really, again, really good mood pieces. If you want to play a game that leaves you with more questions than answers and leaves you going, I don't really understand it, but I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his games just ooze that tone and atmosphere.
Well, I instead saw Send Help, which is fine. It's a good movie. It's all right. That's all I'll say.
Okay. I spoil it for me. Spoiler alert. Hello. Just tell me which one of them dies at the end. Does either of them die at the end?
Yes.
Okay. Which one dies?
You want me to say?
Yeah, I want spoiler alert for Send Help, warning to all of you. I want to know, that way I can like go see other things.
Everybody dies but her.
Okay.
And it's, as you're watching it, when you see things, when you hear things that are like, hey, whatever you do, don't go over there. It's a terrible place. Like when you hear that in a movie, like one person saying that to another who can't really move, it means that he absolutely wants to go over there.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So if you suspect what it might be, that's what it is.
Okay. Cool.
There are some, Rachel McAdams was very good in it. And they both were very good in it, but it ain't a deep movie.
That's fine. My two movies that I saw over the weekend were Frankenstein and a re-release of the cinematic Hong Kong masterpiece, the pinnacle, Hard Boiled, the John Woo movie, Hard Boiled.
Oh, wow. Where'd you see that?
AMC.
Oh.
So since all of John Woo's early movies have been caught up in like licensing hell for the past several decades, apparently someone figured it out, bought the rights, and put out a lot of his early movies on Blu-ray. And to celebrate that, they're releasing 3 of them into theaters this year.
Okay.
But god damn it, John Woo, it's just boo 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 boo, slow mo, diving through, diving through the window, boo, diving through another window. How many windows are there? More windows than you can count. Boom, boom, boom. It's just so elaborate and over the top. And the moment I saw it, I just thought, fuck yeah. I am in my happy place.
Yeah. Hey, Eddington. What was it? Eddington Enhanced Carry. Hi. Welcome. Glad you got your sound working.
Is that a reference to the Eddington movie?
Juno. So your New Year's resolution was to play new games. I didn't play anything this week because it's been kind of a stressful week at work and at home. Wait,
what is Once a Thief? Is that a John Woo thing?
Might be, considering we talked about he thinks Hard Boiled is awesome.
Did he do a TV show? Okay, go on.
Anyway, so it was a very stressful week. Did not have a chance to play anything, just read Dungeon Crawler Carl in between moments of pure panic. Dungeon Crawler Carl is still great. And on top of that, something that kind of that moment of validation. I happen to be at work and I'm like, I need to take 5 minutes to calm down. I watched some YouTube videos, and one of the YouTube shorts that came to me was somebody asked librarians the most popular books of the year, in their opinion. And, all of them were very standard stuff of what was hot and, a bunch of them. And somebody said, Matt Dinniman, who was the author of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, said, yeah, Matt Dinniman is hot right now. We had a author talk with him and we had lines going around the block. And I'm like, really? Cool. I don't feel like such a weirdo that I'm, into these RPG lit moop books. And
no, apparently
Dungeon Crawler Carl is pretty good. I am now. How many books am I in? How many books have I read this year?
God, aren't there like 20 books in that series or something like that?
I hope so. I really hope so.
That's a lot.
Let's see. Let me take a look at my reading challenges. We'll update you. My reading insights. Yeah, Yeah, still at 3 titles read so far this year. I was trying to read a book a week. This last one didn't make it, but I am now on the 4th book. No, I'm more than the 4th book because I read 3 in 2025. So I read 3 at the end of 2025. And I've so far read 3 more in 2026. So, yeah, I was hoping to finish up this book before the end of the week, but didn't make it. So I was reading a book a week. I was kind of
Okay.
shooting for 50 books this year. But
So which was the last one you read? Because I have a list of all of them.
I am
from
currently,
Wikipedia.
let's see, how far am I in? I am currently reading The Inevitable Ruin.
Okay.
And I'm about 3/4 of the way through it.
Okay. I have bad news.
Mm-hmm.
There is only one more book after that one.
Yeah,
So there's 8 books total so far.
right. But I would imagine, well, we'll see how the last book ends because there's supposedly 18 floors in this dungeon. And book 7 is the 12th floor.
Okay. Oh, yeah. The 8th one was released in 2026. No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. The 8th one is scheduled to release in 2026.
Oh,
May
so this
12th.
is the last one available.
So that's the last one available right now.
Yeah.
Huh?
He'd be a fool to abandon this series and not draw it out for the
I mean,
as far as he can.
apparently he's put them out at a pretty good clip. There were 3 in 2021, 1 in 22, 1 in 23, 1 in 24, now 1 in 26.
Okay.
So he's
So he'll probably have another one in 2026, I would imagine.
yeah. He won't J.R.R. Martin this.
I hope
George R.R.
not.
Martin this.
I really hope not, because it's a very, very good series. And it's kind of neat to see when you're reading books on Kindle or anything, there's always, especially these self-published authors that are on Kindle Unlimited, there's always at the end a little note from the author saying, hey, thank you for finishing my book. It was a real run. I really enjoyed reading it. I'm really hoping to have another episode out. Please join my Discord. Please join my Reddit. And please make sure you leave a comment or a review because you have no idea how much this matters. Well, when you finish the first book, it's like, yeah, I'm reading this writing this in between my work, and I wasn't even really sure if anybody cares. So if you like this, please leave. And to see when you're on a big long stretch like this of somebody who's obviously caught fire, you're seeing his bio and his author's notes at the end start to change as it's like, oh wow, so many of you really like this. I'm so glad. Please make sure if you're learning about this, follow me and leave me a review and make sure to tell your friends, going from that to like, wow, I'm now kind of exhausted. I've been at this for 4 years now, writing constantly. I've been able to leave my job. This is what I'm doing full time, but even with that, I'm kind of exhausted. So the next one's going to take a little while longer. So you start seeing like the guy going from, hey, I wrote this book and released it on Kindle Unlimited and it caught fire, to I've quit my job and this is what I'm doing full time. I am now an author.
That's
which is
cool.
really neat to see.
Yeah.
So
it's like with David Szymanski. I was like, I played your stuff when nobody knew you, and now your name's on a movie poster. And you're like, I found you when you were just when you had a Patreon.
Right. When you weren't even sure, you just like released this one book. Ryan Rimmel is kind of like that with the mayor of Noobtown. He's released his first book and you could tell it's like, yeah, I released it. And then you read it and it's got a bunch of spelling errors. Obviously it was like edited by a wife. And then as it starts to get popular, it starts to really grow and you start seeing it become more professional. And you could see like he's now doing multiple different kinds of stories and breaking out and doing stories with other people. So it's kind of neat to watch an author grow from little baby author to like, hey,
Yeah.
somebody
Well,
said
also
he's
just-
he's the hottest author of 2026 for at least one librarian out there in the world.
it's also worth it, I think, to watch that process, because that's not a process you see a lot of. You know,
Mm-mm.
with a lot of authors, it's, oh, this publishing house published their book, and you see their name everywhere. They're doing interviews, and it's like, oh, they just kind of burst onto the scene with some best-selling book. But it's like, that's not a lot of people. You got to get a publishing house. It's a rare opportunity.
Right.
And so to see the more realistic grunt work that you got to go through of like, no, you started on this, you know,
self-published ebook
yeah,
only
self-published.
on Kindle Unlimited, which means you were giving it away for free.
Yeah.
So that you could have
kept
traction.
going. And that's the hard part. Is like, oh, then you kept writing and you kept putting it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's nice to see that actual a more realistic path to success.
Yeah.
It's not just, oh, you got a contract.
Yeah. Yeah. And because honestly, I don't think any publishing houses are hiring people that don't come with their own audience. It used to be that you have a story, you put it in front of the publisher decides that that publisher likes it and then publishes it and puts the PR behind it. Now, in the world of social media, in the world of Kindle Unlimited, what you do is you self-publish and you hope it and
then
do everything you can to build your brand before
and then you become your own marketing director, and that's
you
hard.
become right. So you're not only the author, you're the market. I mean, this is case in point. GameHounds. It's like podcasts blew the fuck up. We didn't, but podcasts blew the fuck up. We've been at this for 18 years. When I had to explain what a podcast was to people when I said I had a podcast. And now, like, you know, there are people that are just full-time podcasters. There are like celebrities that are making podcasts because it makes so much money for them.
Where's our Netflix deal? Hey, Netflix,
we had our Netflix deal. Would you? We have the Netflix commercial. I don't know if you remember that. Well, actually, you weren't around for that when we had a Netflix deal for advertising deal.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we had a Netflix advertising deal back when it was just you subscribe for DVDs. It wasn't a streaming service at that point. I still have the audio from that somewhere. I think I played it recently.
Oh my God. There are people
I made the most because I didn't want to do that kind of advertising. So I made the world's most annoying commercial. The world's most annoying commercial.
That's why we're not on Netflix right now.
Yeah. I am oppositional defiant disorder personified.
Anyways,
Ray says John Woo directed the initial movie for Once Upon a Thief and then an executive producer on the series. Oh.
I looked it up. I can watch the movie on Amazon, and maybe I will. Because John Woo and Chow Yun-fat, never can go wrong with them.
Mm-mm.
But the series, you got DVDs or you can buy it like digitally, but it's not streaming anywhere.
That sucks. All right. So what games have you been playing now that we're 28 minutes in?
Well, I already talked about my first game, my new game of the week. I made a New Year's resolution to talk about one new game a week.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm faced with the dilemma of, should I talk about the other new game that I played, or should I save that for next week?
No, save it for next week.
Okay.
Pace yourself. Don't get too ambitious.
That's true. That's true. I gotta hold back some.
Also, another reason why this podcast is so damn successful. Don't get too ambitious.
Yeah, don't get too ambitious.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited.
Nope.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
But I'm continuing to play Where Winds Meet. Like
Mhm.
that game kind of has held my attention longer than I really expected it would, but I found that it's a comfort game. It's like I'll pop in an evening, play it for an hour to just get some currencies and then leave. And that I'm actually engaging more with the multiplayer aspects because of that, and then the single player aspects, because I'm not doing quests.
Right.
I'm just doing the kind of daily missions that get you currencies that I could eventually use to buy a costume. But they're easy enough to do. I just pop in, play for an hour while I listen to a podcast, and then I leave to go do something else. But it's that kind of hop in, hop out that I find really engaging, because it's a live service game where I could play it for an hour every other day and still feel like I'm making substantial progress towards some sort of thing, some sort of end goal, which is, I think, what a lot of live service games fail on, in that they want you to log in every day. And even if you log in every day, the rewards for doing so are like 30 days down the line. It's like, no, come on, invest your time, invest your time, invest your time. But the rewards are stretched out so far that I'll lose interest before I even get to that point. But with this game, and what I kind of noticed this with the login bonus, every live service game, every MMO, almost every game, you don't even need to be an MMO, you can be a single player game, has a login bonus, right? You boot up the game on a day and you get some bonus for logging in that day. Good job, whatever. What I think is interesting about this game, and what kind of sets it apart philosophically from other live service games, is that depending on how much you play, you can earn makeup tokens. So if you just play the game, you'll earn these makeup tokens that allow you to make up those daily logins. So let's say, right now we're first of the month. 10 days from now, I'll boot up the game 3 times. And so I'll get 3 login bonuses. So that's 7 that I missed. But over those 3 times, I'll play the game a lot. I'll sit down and play it for several hours in a stretch, do a bunch of side quests, blah, blah, blah. That will earn me tokens that I can then use to kind of back buy all of those 7-day previous login bonuses. And so what I like about this makeup mechanic. Oh, and Andrew says that the makeup mechanic has become super popular with mobile games. That's because it doesn't require you to play it every day. It just requires you to play it, which I think is so much more of a user-friendly way of keeping you engaged. Hey, if you play the game, we will give you extra rewards so that you can buy the stuff that you missed when you weren't playing. And it's that kind of just like a live service model that still has all of the currencies, all of the bonuses, all the logins, all the same exploitative things we've seen before. But there's just like a little bit of a push towards not being as exploitative, towards being just a little more player friendly, towards, hey, you could play the whole single player campaign and not engage with these mechanics. And it's like, oh, that's really nice. And the other kind of revelation I had playing the game this week is that I keep saying live service to describe it because it has a battle pass, it has currencies, it has cosmetics.
It is. It has all of the
But I think it is more MMO, because the difference between those is that an MMO is meant to have a whole bunch of different mechanics, right? Like an MMO is a world, and you don't have to engage with every system in an MMO.
Right.
There could be a whole crafting system, and some people get really into the crafting, and they have a guild of crafting, and they do all that. You could also play World of Warcraft, right, and never craft, and like just not engage with that system. And I think that's what Where Winds Meet is more close to, because with a live service game, you kind of have one central mechanic, one gameplay thing, and you're meant to do that over and over again. But with Where Winds Meet, you've got the single player, you've got the multiplayer, you've got different types of multiplayer, PvE, PvP, you've got raids, you've got just kind of easy outpost things, a whole bunch of different systems that if you try to engage with all of them, you just hit this wall of the confusing menus and, oh, I'm earning this currency, but I don't even know what this currency is for. What am I doing? And the truth is, you don't have to do any of those. The MMO aspect allows you to just engage with the parts of the game that you want to. And it's friendly enough in its design towards the player that it doesn't punish you for only engaging with the aspects of the game that you want to.
Right.
And so I think that's what has really made me latch onto it, is that it's one of the few kind of multiplayer MMO / live service thing experiences that doesn't feel like it wants to take over my life. It's happy just being a game that exists beside everything else that I do.
That's so refreshing, because inevitably especially these very big games like this, the first thing that I think to myself is, I have not got the time. I mean,
Right?
case in point, All in Whole. All in Whole was a mobile game that was little short things that you could do in 5 minutes. And I had to stop because every day that you log in a row, you would get a bonus. So I would make a point of playing a game and logging in to get my bonus every single day. And the bonuses went up to quite a bit. And it was after 7 days, you would get the top bonus and then start again. And I would get to like days 5 or 6, and my life got complicated. Couldn't log in on that 6th or 7th day, and I'd start back at 1 the next time I came in, and it was like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's like, oh, well,
Don't
fuck you too.
penalize me for having a life outside of this game, please.
Yeah. Like if a game is forcing you to choose between it and everything else, that's
an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Oh,
See, only one.
that's one.
That's it. That's all I ever do. If I get up to 2, I may be getting sick. There's something definitely annoying my nose. If I get up to 3, I'm sick. I am so sick at 3. So,
God help us if you get to 4. It's like, oh, there's something.
I
there's
think
something
I've
wrong.
had 4 once in my life. And
Wow.
and it was as sick as I have ever been, where I was like, oh no, I'm not getting out of bed. I'm not moving. I believe I have a recording of my breathing when I sneezed during the sickness where I sneezed 4 times. I have a recording of that. And it is so fucking disturbing. It's clear I had pneumonia. Like, you can listen to it and it's like, oh yeah, you've got pneumonia. You probably should have gone to the hospital.
I don't understand you short sneezers. How do you live? Is it
We're
nice?
one and done.
Is it nice when you're on the highway and you have to sneeze and you don't have to make a point of achoo, achoo,
No.
achoo.
Yeah. All we do is
make sure I'm on a straightaway that I'm not turning.
Right. Is make sure you look at the sun so you can get it all out, and then achoo, and you're done.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys should be like, have some kind of a special license plate that says I sneeze multiple.
Yeah, we should have our
so
own
that we
lane.
know not to follow behind you. You really should, because you're a bit of a hazard. So, all right. Well, IRL stream, Edie, let's go. Yeah, that's the coffee making stream right there. This is becoming a tradition now.
Yeah, it's a new tradition for GameHounds 2026. Is the midstream coffee pick me up.
Coffee break.
Yeah.
So sorry while I plug my computer back in. Sorry for the boob shot. Here we go. So,
yeah, I'm still playing Where Winds Meet, still enjoying it.
I want to, if we can get off early enough,
Iron
I want to
Lung.
play some today, which would be great. I'd love to do that.
I gotta get married and divorce you right away.
All right. Well, we can do that today.
Okay, cool.
All right. So any other games before we move on to news?
Yes, but I will save it for next week.
Good man. Well done. All right. So, on that note, let's hit the news. This is the GameHounds news, the news, views, and commentary of the week in gaming with Gamer Edie and Nikki Nicola. And our first item is
This is one that I just saw sitting down, but apparently a lot of game stocks dropped after Google revealed their Project Genie.
Yeah, they sure as hell did. Oh, the stock, Take-Two, who else? CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, Unity
dropped 20%.
Which honestly, all of them,
this is an opportunity to buy some Take-Two stock, to be honest. It is an opportunity to, if you could buy some Take-Two stock now, buy it, because they're going to make a shit ton of money later on this year.
But Unity is like the closest actual person that might be affected, because they make engines and everyone else just makes games. It's like, why would Take-Two stock fall if in the AI advocates dream world where this becomes like a new game engine? Okay, I should back up. Project Genie from Google is basically an AI generated game world. There's a lot of caveats to it that I'll get into in a second, but
yeah, and just to give a little more background on it, essentially you can just describe what you want and it will create an environment that you can walk around in. So you could say something like, I want looks like Zelda, but racing game, and it will put you in that world. Now, you can't play anything. It's not an actual game creator, but it can create a world that you can walk around in for like a minute and a half.
A minute.
So for 1 minute, you can walk around in this world that you have created by describing it to the AI. Now that is not a game, and it's not a way to create a world.
But it's interesting to see like the stock market reacts versus Google. Google says, oh, this is a tool to help people visualize their worlds. Because like you said, you can run around in this world, but you can't really interact with anything. No. You might be able to jump, but like, that's it. They're like, it's a visualization tool. And the stock market reacts as if it's a gameplay mechanic building thing.
Which is evidence of one, that
the stock market does not understand AI.
Does not understand AI. It does not understand games, and it is highly reactive right now to the idea of AI taking over something. That the stock market truly thinks that AI can solve everything and replace everything, and we all know that it cannot. AI will not be building your games in the future. It really, I mean, it may be 20 years down the line, but not now, not immediately. It's not imminent.
But like this whole, the game stocks slide because of this. I think the biggest proof that these investors do not understand this technology, or like the people who, whatever governs the stock price, has a deep fundamental misunderstanding of this technology. Because why would Roblox drop? Why would Take-Two
Roblox
drop? Because, but like, this is, in theory, if this comes to pass and if this is a perfect game creation engine,
like
why would a game developer drop? They would buy that. Unity makes sense because Unity creates a game engine and it would drop. Why would CD Projekt drop? CD Projekt would buy Project Genie. Like, they would use it. Why would their stock price drop when they would, in a perfect AI world, be positively affected by this technology?
Yeah, this was a fantastic opportunity
that doesn't make any
to buy
sense.
some Unity stock at a discount, because it was absolutely stupid.
I don't know if I would buy Unity stock. I'd buy Take-Two stock.
Yeah, I would have bought any of these stock, but you would get it at a discount, because this is the equivalent of when I bought Tesla stock, because every time a Tesla caught fire, it made the national news. And I'm like,
Mm.
lots of cars catch fire and don't make the national news. This is a red herring. So I bought my $2,000 worth of Tesla stock, and that's how I bought my Tesla.
Nice. Andrew says it's because the stock market is all vibes.
Yeah.
Always was, but in particular right now.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't always vibes. A lot of times it was vibes. We think of it being vibes, but ultimately what it was about was hard numbers.
Back like 10 years ago, it was hard numbers.
Yeah. Even, yeah.
Now it's all
Now-
vibes.
Right. And once you get the Robin Hoods and the, stock market tips, Reddits, and it's like, I think everybody is not looking at the fundamentals of the business. It becomes speculative. Nobody's looking at the fundamentals of the business. What they're looking at is, I'm going to put a bunch of money in because I think this is going to be the next big thing. So I'm going to put my money into what is clearly a failing company that hasn't turned a profit on the anticipation that it's going to make money.
The stock market has become all vibes based because when it opened up to everybody, it turned into gambling.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
Andrew
the
also
thing is,
says
it was always open to everybody. But when it became something that you could go onto your phone and buy stuff on
Yeah.
margin, that's when it really became dangerous.
Yeah.
All that margin buying on Robinhood is just so devastating. And you have people that are just going with like, pick. Yeah, that looks good. Or, oh, I heard on Twitter that something is going to be the next big thing, and you go buy like $300,000 worth of it on margin, which means that you don't actually have the money for it. You're loaning the money back, or they're short selling. That's another thing that has become big, that has really, really, really hurting the stock market, is margins. Because I mean, I've been actively trading stock for the last 35 years, and I have never sold short on anything ever, because that is, or options. Even I know, and I know how to read a financial report. I know enough about business that I can see when something is overheated and shouldn't be buying more of it. I would never buy stuff selling short, ever. Granted, I'm poor, but there's a reason why I still have money in the bank.
you didn't subscribe to Wall Street Bets.
Wall Street Bets, that's the one.
That's the Reddit, the subreddit.
Right, that's the subreddit. And I'm not going to lie, Wall Street Bets, 3 words, only one of them is true.
The wall.
The bets. They're just bets. That's all they are. They're just bets. They're betting. That's not, you may as well be betting on a dog race.
Yeah, like I said, it's gambling. So about the AI, not AC Wraith, Andrew says that I think the idea is that it devalues all of gaming by existing. At least that's the feeling for people who don't understand, which I agree with, because someone who doesn't understand would look at some of these videos and go, that looks exactly like Dark Souls. And it does look exactly like Dark Souls, because the prompt is, make me a world that looks like Dark
Souls.
So it rips it off exactly. There's a lot. I've seen videos of someone making Breath of the Wild and Mario 64, and it's like, I recreated Mario 64 with AI. No, you created a 60-second world that you can run around in that doesn't feel as good as running around in Mario. But to someone that doesn't know games, you look at that and go, that looks just like the other game. This is magic.
Yeah.
He also says it's because there's so much debt floating around that's not tied to real output, which means you have to react to any of the new AI news.
Right. Also, because they are betting not based on financial fundamentals, which is one of the reasons why I said buy Take-Two, because Take-Two is actually financially very stable. I didn't buy Take-Two when it was on the verge of bankruptcy for a reason. Had I done that, I would be a multimillionaire. But I'm sort of glad I didn't, because it kept me from buying a lot of other things that were on the verge of bankruptcy that did go into bankruptcy.
Also, they've got GTA 6 coming out later this year. The stock is
That's
going
it.
to go up again.
Yeah, no, that is a sure thing. There's no
I corrected it.
there's no way 2026 is a new day. There is no way that GTA 6 can fail. It will, even if it's a bad game, people will still buy it.
People will buy it day one, but how many will buy it day two?
Will it make as much money as GTA 5? Maybe. I doubt it.
No, here, I've actually thought about this. I guarantee you that GTA 6 will make more money than GTA 5. If only because we have like 10 to 15 years of inflation, inflating that number so that even if it sold fewer copies, it could make more money.
Yeah.
I think the stat you have to watch for is, I remember when GTA 5 came out, I think Rockstar was touting that it was the single biggest media release of all time. So like biggest day one sales for games, biggest day one for concerts, like biggest day one for movies, like biggest day one release of anything. Will they say that for GTA 6?
Yes.
If they don't, that's when you got to raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, no, this is going to be the single biggest release of any media. No, there's no question about that. Day one. Yeah, like you said, day 2, day 3, maybe. But day 1?
Yeah, Andrew's right.
You are going to
it can
see an
fail.
appreciable decline in our GDP in November. Mark my word, you're going to see an appreciable decline of our GDP in November because so many people are going to be taking time off to play GTA.
Actually, wait, what date does it come out? Does it come out around?
I want to say November 26th, but I could be wrong. GTA 6 release.
November 19th. Oh, that's like right before Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's going to be a lot of Thanksgiving dinners.
Yeah, Andrew said
can't make it. Sorry, car broke down.
And you said I don't think it can fail, but it still has the potential to destroy the brand. If it's bad, it could do that.
Yeah, true.
And then going back to the stock, AC Wraith said that ED only invests when there's a way to profit in whole turkeys.
Shut up, or you're going to get a 3-year-old frozen turkey delivered to your door. I know where you live.
Yeah, ED's holding on to those turkeys because they only increase in value.
Hey, listen, when the purge comes, I will be eating large. You know where I am waiting out the purge in my enclosed warehouse with six Sub-Zero freezers full of turkeys.
In your 28 years later scenario, you're just gonna have like a freezer filled with turkeys, and you're like, "Welcome to my turkey temple.
Welcome to the turkey temple.
Watch me flay."
It's all gonna be like
turkey leg,
right? It's gonna be in the center of it a tower of wishbones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, instead of just
I'm
boiling,
hoping to eat the rich.
Instead of boiling the bodies and then dumping the water, it's just going to be soup.
Oh yeah. Reuse every part of it.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah. So I feel like we've seen this before. I feel like Microsoft did something like this where they said, "Hey, look, here's AI creating a game world, and it's something that you walk around in for 60 seconds, but you don't really interact with anything." So this isn't really all that new. Other AI companies have released similar things. If anything, what makes Google stand apart is its ability to, rampantly copyright infringe by recreating Zelda and Mario and
Yeah, I'm
Dark
sure
Souls.
Nintendo loves the fact that you can recreate Zelda anytime.
So there is, let me see, can I get the page?
By the way, Chaos says they, meaning turkeys, are multi-use. Extra food, jokes, gifts, threats.
Huh. Okay, so there's an article about this on thegamer.com. And in the article, they link to different Twitter threads of someone who recreated Dark Souls and someone who recreated GTA 6. Recreated. The Dark Souls video is still up on Twitter. The GTA 6 one has been disabled by a report by the copyright owner.
Mm-hmm.
So Take-Two, not fucking around.
No.
They're not even going to accept, like, oh, did you leak GTA 6? We're going to fire you. Did you try to recreate GTA 6 using AI? Fuck you. We're taking that video down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Take-Two doesn't fuck around. It's instantaneous. And this whole report of all the stocks taking a dive because of this AI genie, like you said, fundamentally points out how much people, A, don't understand games, and B, how much reactionary meme investing people are doing in all stocks.
Yeah.
Especially video games, anything that has to do with technology. It's a sick, sad world out there.
What was that from?
Daria.
Oh my God, that
was their
Sick,
favorite
Sad World.
Sick, Sad World. Yep, that was her favorite show.
The moment you said that, I heard Sick, Sad World in my head. Oh my God, I haven't thought about Daria in
Darius.
years.
It still holds up. All right, so my next item is, once I get to my news banners, let's take
It's available
a look.
on Pluto for free.
I would recommend, if you have never watched Daria, it has aged fine. It is just good. Yeah, Daria is great. And two things. One, I was Daria, number one. And number two is one of my maids of honor also was Daria, but she actually looked like Daria. Yep. They were fantastic. I mean, that was great walking around her because everybody would walk up and go, "Oh my God, you look just like Daria."
Oh, nice. AC Ray linked to a Sick Sad World marathon.
There is a Sick Sad World marathon. Oh,
a super cut of all the videos.
Daria very much predicted YouTube, predicted Twitch, essentially. Like that's what Sick Sad World is a lot of what's out there in Twitch is Sick Sad World. All right, so my next item is, all right, do we want to talk about, oh God, I hate talking about the Epstein files, but we got to talk about the Epstein files.
Do we?
Yes, we do. So if you, as the Pete Davidson opener for Saturday Night Live was really funny last night because he goes, the Epstein files, the stuff it was supposedly somebody speaking to the ICE agents in Minneapolis, giving a talk to them about what they should and shouldn't be doing. And he's like, the Epstein files, the stuff we released to distract you from what's going on here, which ironically is we did this in order to distract you from the Epstein files. So the Epstein files, they did release another 3 million pages of Epstein files. And of course, it's being cruised through nonstop by everyone and everything. And one of the things that has been revealed is, let me take this off here. One of the things that has been revealed is someone found some emails between Jeffrey Epstein and Xbox. And it indicates that at least at one point, Xbox, when it came to their platform, was doing their job, but good. Epstein files show that Microsoft banned Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, hold on a second. I got to get my notes back up because I closed them when I had to restart my computer because I'm an idiot. Yay. Where did they go? Oh, fuck. Where am I? But at one point, Jeffrey Epstein, I want to say in 2017, Jeffrey Epstein was, there we go.
On Xbox Live.
On Xbox Live.
Huh.
Please tell me this is it. Yeah, found it. So Jeffrey Epstein was on Xbox Live, and that after he was convicted of sexual misconduct and child pornography, child sexual abuse, back then, remember he was convicted first once and then released and then continued. It was an email from 2013 that was sent from Microsoft at Xbox Live to an email that Epstein had used in many of his illicit communications. Nice to know he was using the same email account for everything.
It's so hard to have multiple email accounts.
Yeah. So it was an email that said he was permanently banned from Xbox Live due to, quote, harassment, threats, and or abuse of other players. And it makes it sound like that maybe he did something on Xbox Live, but indeed, no, he was banned, and he did inquire, hey, that's not very good explanation of why it was banned. And they wrote back that he was banned because he was a convicted sex offender at that point. So as soon as Jeffrey Epstein was convicted and became a convicted sex offender, they banned his account, which shows that Xbox was doing its job when it came to making sure that sex offenders were not around and not using their Xbox accounts. Now, could he have created another Xbox account? Absolutely. But at least we know that they did shut down accounts that were active at the time that those people were convicted of their crimes, which is good to know. The other thing that I learned that I was this many days old when I found out. So another bit of information that came from the Epstein files was that Epstein shared with his girlfriend, and it wasn't Ghislaine Maxwell, it was another woman named Karina Shuliak, which was his last known girlfriend, that he was sharing images of corn, and we will call it that. So there were corny images being sent that he sent to her to say, "Hey, look at this."
That? I think we can.
Yeah, we do on YouTube. We do.
Oh,
and on Twitch we do.
Really?
So there were very corny images being sent out and videos, and he at one point sent out some that were Five Nights at Freddy's based. Essentially, it showed, and he found it from 4chan that featured multiple characters from Five Nights at Freddy's engaging in very adult activities.
Did you not know that Five Nights at Freddy's had an entire
catalog of corny stuff?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. This is a thing.
Why? You sweet summer child, you.
Why?
Because have you heard of Rule 34?
No.
Rule 34, this is like aughts 90s internet era that is only proven and more accurate. Rule 34 of the internet states that if it exists online, there's corn of it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Good point. But yeah.
Everything. Also, I've heard that Five Nights at Freddy's is particularly popular.
Why? I don't understand this.
Oh, Edie, this is basic knowledge.
This is basic. Wow, I'm getting roasted in the chat.
Exist in ignorance.
Oh my gosh. How did, I am getting roasted in the chat for not knowing that Five Nights at Freddy corny stuff is a new thing to me. I don't. Can someone explain why? I don't. It just it. How
I
does?
feel like it exists at that intersection of like furries and something else.
Oh,
It
okay,
it
all
it
right.
it feels like it exists in that space, that kink
I'm right.
space.
Yeah, okay. The furries thing, I see. In fact, that is one of the like things that happened in Dungeon Crawler Carl is that there is generated corn made between Carl and this other like head of a industrial titan who they hate each other. Everything is being streamed to the universe through what they call tunnels, which is essentially
So
the internet.
someone deep faked him?
Somebody deep faked, and it goes all over the tunnels and all over everywhere. And it upsets him so much. It's like, why are people doing this? And then later on, and his companion Donut, his Persian cat, who is now a sentient player, actually a dungeon crawler now. And Donut finds it hilarious until she becomes subject to some deep fake. And then she is completely offended. This is unacceptable.
That tracks. If it exists online, even cats.
Or in the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay. So yeah, I didn't know this was a thing. I don't know why I'm surprised.
Also interesting that Epstein was into it.
Yeah, apparently he said to his girlfriend, he sent it to her and commenting simply, quote unquote, amazing animations.
Oh yes, that's right. The animation. Look at the technique here. Oh, look at the animation. This is so good. This is real pro work right here. That's why it's on loop.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not necessarily, mind-blowing information that Jeffrey Epstein was sharing Five Nights at Freddy corny animations. But yeah, that's a thing. All right. It's enough of that. And now I just feel dirty.
Okay.
I feel like I need to take a shower.
How the fuck do I follow that up? Oh, I know. I will follow that up with something like actually fun and happy. This is how Edie learns about Rule 34 through Epstein.
Chaos says, this is how Edie learns about Rule 34 through the Epstein files. Wasn't on my GameHounds 2026 bingo card.
No.
No. But thank you for the link. There you go. There's the link for the information about at least the Xbox with the banning Epstein.
So in
by the way, no news about what happened with PlayStation. Apparently, he must still have a PlayStation account.
Oh yeah. Or he didn't use PlayStation.
Has Roblox checked?
I'm sure he has like 8 Roblox accounts.
Yeah, but
because Roblox
he?
Roblox accounts is where the kids are. Of course, he has accounts for that.
Yep.
But in happier news,
yes, please.
Escape from Tarkov.
Yes,
the brutally difficult survival extraction shooter that kind of paved the way for other extraction shooters.
And I will always have a special place in my heart because although I have never played it, nor will I ever play it, Chaos let me sit and watch him play for nights on end when I was in the deepest of my grief-stricken depression. And you have no idea, Chaos, how that saved me many, many, many nights. That was
good.
It was a lifesaver, figuratively and possibly literally, but thank you. So yes, I'm very familiar with Tarkov. Will never put my hands in it, nor will I ever never touch it. But
so One game
appreciate
that
it.
you might play though is Escape from Duckov, the
Oh, I've heard about it.
top-down twin stick shooter that basically has you play as rubber duckies. It's like a much more approachable, easy single player version of Escape from Tarkov with rubber ducks.
Mm-hmm.
So in a nice full circle moment for the universe, Escape from Duckov will have a crossover with Escape from Tarkov, where Tarkov characters, Tarkov monsters will be part of the Duckov world that you'll have to escape from.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, here I'm putting it on the screen now. This is Escape from Duckov.
Yeah, it's a brand new map where you face off against classic characters from Escape from Tarkov. And alongside of that is you can get a mount now in Duckov, which is a little weird because it's basically a duck riding a horse. But yeah, I've played a little bit of Duckov. I tried to play it on the Ally, but it doesn't have controller support. I need to
That's a
fiddle with
shame.
it more. I need to find someone with because even if a game doesn't have controller support, Steam offers ways for users to create controller profiles. So
Mhm.
I need to get in there and fiddle with it a little bit to turn it into give it controller support. But yeah, it's a very cute, fun game, and to to have the parody of Tarkov, have a crossover with Tarkov is just like a perfect full circle moment. Like I said,
Well, it says a lot about Tarkov that it's like hit a level. I mean, we knew that when we saw the Escape from Tarkov stadium at
oh yeah,
PAX,
yeah,
that it had fully come into its own. But you know, the fact you reach a new level of achievement in games when you are actually satired,
hmm
the subject of satire, and this Tarkov's hit that.
Bitter says visually, it vaguely reminds me of the Chicken Run game from Dreamcast.
Yeah, it's sort of it does.
I mean, a top-down game with chickens, it works. Except this duck has guns.
Yeah. Oh, and this
It's
Doug's getting his
it's a
ass handed to him right
it's a
now with
duck,
another.
not a chicken. That is offensive, Bitters. Do not mistake the two.
Uh-oh.
You were just watching someone play
Oh,
Escape from
he's
Duckov
getting his
now.
ass handed to him by that thing with a shotgun. That
Yeah.
shotgun goes way too far.
Shotguns are dangerous.
Is he using his pet as a shield? He is. He's using his pet as a shield.
That's what they're
Good
for.
Lord, that thing is just hammering him and won't die. It's a bullet sponge.
Andrew says, I think Tarkov has blown up more in the cultural zeitgeist because of the rise of extraction shooters.
Yeah,
I would
agree.
believe that. Like, it's the same way that PlayerUnknown's Battleground blew up for a while because it kind of it was the first big battle royale game. Tarkov was the first big extraction shooter. And even if other games have kind of, I guess, extraction shooters, nothing has really come along to be bigger than Tarkov. Like Fortnite took over from Battlegrounds, at least in America. But yeah, I think Tarkov is still the most popular extraction shooter, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, this guy's gonna have a problem. I don't think he's gonna get past this. This poor duck. He is so screwed. And now you've got yourself stuck in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, it's a dead end. He needs. Oh, he got out.
He got out.
Now he's running away. That's what you do. Book
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that guy cannot be beat with what you have. You need to move on, son. Yeah.
So yeah,
Duck-Off, actually, maybe I just got lucky that was a really, really good moment in that stream, but I just picked a random point in that video.
I mean, I've heard great things about it. I wish I could play more of it. I gotta get it working on the Ally. But it's a very cute game. It's fun to watch people play it.
I think that Chaos needs to stream Duck-Off. Because if anybody is qualified to do well in Duck Off, it would be Chaos. As a really very devoted Tarkov. Are you still playing Tarkov, Chaos? Because at one point, it was your life. You were very obsessed with it. He said, I totally would. Okay. All right. I will happily give you our stream so that you can play Duck Off, and I would be happily watch you play Duck Off. All right. My next item is more bad news. Well, we went through the sort of good news for Xbox in that they did their job. Now we get to the bad news for Xbox. So Xbox did reveal their year-end numbers.
Yeah, they were not good.
Not good at all, as expected.
But like, this is after they put all the games on PlayStation. This is after they hiked the price of the consoles, after they hiked the price of Game Pass, after they've done all of the things that at the time we were like, they're desperate for money. They just need to make more money. So they're doing all these things to juice up the money. And the result is
console sales down, which we knew that would be, but
Yeah.
yet again, the rest of the gaming division also did not do well. Xbox content and services revenue declined 5% on a prior year. So compared to the year prior, Xbox revenue for content and services, not for the hardware, declined by 5%.
that includes the things like games on PlayStation and Game Pass.
Right. And it was comparable that on a year comparable that benefited from strong first-party content performances. So actually, take it back. They looked at a prior year that had an equal amount of strong first-party content and their performance. And comparing those very similar years, Xbox content and services was down 5% compared to that. So this is poor performance compared to similar years based on the amount of what kind of content that they had. Xbox hardware revenue declined 32%. Well, we knew it was going to go down. 32%, though, that's a third of the company.
Well, that's 32% from last year, which I believe was a 32% from the year before that. Like, I should look this up. What is?
Yeah, you should. So the gaming division for last year saw a 7% decline overall. Wasn't this that year that they were told that they had to have an increase in revenues of something like 10% or heads would roll? They were given some unrealistic number.
There were rumors that they needed revenue of 30%.
30%. They saw a 7% decline overall in the second quarter. Xbox hardware was down 29% this time in 2025. So in 2025, they were down. The hardware was down 29%. This year, it's an additional 32%.
So this is interesting. At least according to the AI overview from Google, in 2024, the total gaming revenue was up 39% compared to 2023, largely driven by a 50% increase from the Activision Blizzard purchase. So they were going down, Activision Blizzard brought them up, and now they're back down to basically where they were before.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and that they did not.
Nothing has changed.
Holiday 2024, and the Great Inner Circle and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And remember, because that would be seeing sales in 2025, early 2025, didn't make a damn bit of difference. So yeah, this is. AC Wraith, you would be able to remember since you write all of this stuff down. Didn't I say that I predicted that Phil Spencer was going to be losing his job by June or May or June? I said, I think I think I'm more than safe at that. In fact, if I was going to add a prediction, I'd say it's probably going to be March at the latest. But certainly by June, Phil Spencer will be out. I think that the president, what's her name? The girl.
Sarah Bond.
Woman. Yeah, Sarah Bond will be the new head of Xbox. And what she will do is she will oversee essentially shutting down Xbox content, Xbox gaming. They're going to essentially make what Xbox gaming is just going to be Activision and Bethesda. They're going to shut down all others.
Especially because all of this Xbox came out of Microsoft's revenue, which also took a bit of a hit because, hey, all that money that we invested, we're not getting as much back as we thought we were. AI, you know, it's still taking off. It's still on the runway, getting ready to fly.
Right.
Just give us another 5 years. That's it. But I feel like this chart is like this is the Xbox, the story of Xbox. Oops, remove other media. Okay, gotta remove that.
let me get rid of this.
Yeah, I got it. This is the Xbox content revenue year over year. Just, we did really well. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Oh, we're going down. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yay, we did really good. Oh shit. Now we're back down again.
Right. And I believe the two peaks are probably Bethesda and Activision, right?
I believe, let's see. The first one is 2020 Q4. Oh, that's pandemic. That's a pandemic related jump.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because everybody was playing everything because everybody was home.
Yep.
You know, here's the thing about Microsoft demanding everybody come back to office. Back to office is what's killing gaming right now for them. The more people that go back to office, the less time they have playing video games.
True.
I don't know why they're demanding everybody go back to office, because it is antithetical to what makes their company succeed. They want more people to work from home, because it's what do you do as soon as you log off of your work computer? Fire up your PlayStation. That gives you an extra hour to 2 hours every day. People can get up, play some video games, log onto their computer, work, log off, go right back to playing video games. That would be the best possible thing societally for video games services like Xbox, like PlayStation, like Nintendo Switch, is even Valve, make people stay at home so we can do the things we want to do and not sit in our cars listening to traffic reports. We don't want to do that.
Right? Commuting interferes with a lot of stuff.
Commuting, especially in urban centers, which means you have a percentage, way more people in longer commutes when you have work hubs like major metropolitan areas. That's millions of people every single day that are wasting between an hour and an hour and a half of not playing video twice a day. So we're talking 3 to 5 hours a day that they could be playing video games. But instead, every single one of these companies are like, oh, we need you to return back to the office. I'm like, you do realize you're shooting yourself in the foot, right? You do realize that. Everything that relies upon users using your service online in their leisure time benefits from people working from home.
Yeah. Andrew also brings up the point that consider how poor Call of Duty did this year compared to those initial 2024 years.
Right.
He also says that if Phil loses his job, I think it's going to be worse. Despite how bad things have been going, he at least understands games. I'm not sure if the person who replaces him will.
No.
I agree. That's why I think Edie's right. The person who replaces him will just oversee the end of Xbox. Either they'll sell off the studios to someone else, either they'll just shut it all down. But they will kind of go through that process of shutting down.
Oh, lost your audio. Nick, lost audio. Nick. Oh, did I lose audio? Hey everyone, I don't know if it's me or Nick that lost audio. I think it was Nick. Because it's not a GameHound show if we don't have audio issues. It seems to show that me transmitting, so I think I'm okay. I think it's Nick that's screwed. I think Nick's headset died. All right. I am going to make a crazy ass prediction. Nick, nod your head if you can hear me. No, he can't hear me. Oh man, I really wish that he could hear me on this. All right. Here's my like out there crazy ass prediction. Chaos. I mean, AC Wraith, get out your notepad. Here's my crazy, crazy prediction. So Phil Spencer loses his job. Sarah Bond becomes president of Xbox and head of Xbox gaming division. She is going to axe everything except Activision and Bethesda. Okay. All right. And then when that's done and everything's settled in, they're going to name Bobby Kotick as head of Xbox division.
No, Bobby Kotick doesn't want to come back.
If it were mine, if it were my company, that's what I would try to do, is get a Bobby Kotick, a guy who is a widget salesman extraordinaire and absolutely knows how to sell video games.
I don't think he wants to come back.
Chaos is offended I said that. Why would you say that? All caps. Oh my gosh. I know. I'm not saying I like the idea. I hate this idea. But that's my out there, just way out in left field possible scenario of this. Why would you put that out into the universe? He screams. Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
It does, but you have to admit, as offensive as it is, it sort of makes sense, right? It
Okay.
sort of makes sense.
Okay, so wait, you're saying the arc of all of this is Xbox buys Activision, Xbox shuts down Xbox, Activision is all that's left. So Xbox buys Activision just for Activision to be the last one standing.
So I'll tell you a little story. Back in the day when there were two major airlines.
It shouldn't be out there, Edie. That's an inside thought. I like
Back in the day, there used to be two major American aircraft producers, Boeing and Douglas Aircraft. And Douglas Aircraft was a shitty, terrible company. Horrible people doing horrible things, making bad aircraft.
I think it's Sarah Bond. I think that's her name.
Sarah Bond, yeah.
Yeah.
Making terrible aircraft, terrible culture. It was just a god-awful dumpster fire of a company. And Boeing was a great company to work for, supported its workers, paid its people well, made the best aircraft. So Douglas Aircraft was going under and Boeing bought Douglas Aircraft. And then they moved over a number of the executives from Douglas Aircraft to Boeing. And this is kind of a legendary story, is that in the early days, a bunch of the Douglas Aircraft people, when they moved into their offices, at least one, when they moved into their offices of Boeing, had a picture on the wall of two camels fucking.
What?
With the caption, "Who's fucking who?" And from that point on, all the Boeing people got pushed out and all the Douglas Aircraft people came in. And that is why Boeing sucks now. That is why Boeing is having production problems. That's why Boeing is a terrible company and having its lunch eaten by Airbus and other aircraft makers, and why you're starting to see mistakes being made, production stuff going wrong, because it's Douglas Aircraft people running Boeing. This is one of those who's fucking who moments.
Camel thing.
Yeah. This is one of those who's fucking who people or moments. Yes, Microsoft bought Activision and put them into Xbox. And I think eventually what's going to happen is that Activision will actually be Xbox Gaming Division, that Activision will take over. It'll still be called Xbox Gaming Division, but for all intents and purposes, it's going to be Activision running Xbox gaming services. That's the only thing that makes sense. Because Bethesda was not a really super incredible profitable company. They had amazing IPs, but they were not a big game publishing business like on the level of Activision. Activision is the only company other than Xbox that does what Xbox does exactly on the scale that Xbox can do it. I think Activision is going to take over Xbox Gaming Division. And to be honest, the only person that could walk in, because he did it with Activision, could walk in to the shit show that is Xbox and turn it into something different. It's only one person in the world in the gaming industry that has done that before and could do it again. And everybody knows he can do it again.
The one man for the job.
He's
Get
one
him,
that he is the
get
one
him
man for
out
the
of
job.
retirement. No,
It-
no, Satya Nadella, I can't come back. I'm retired now. I'm out of that game for good. No, Kotick. Bobby, we need you.
We need you. And Bobby does respond. That's how Bobby came to Activision, is they paid him an obscene amount of money, and he came back and he did what he said he was going to do, and they continued to pay him an obscene amount of money to stay there.
In
And
this
then he got
world,
bought out and got an even
Yeah.
more obscene amount of money, and they're going to offer him an even more obscene amount of money to come back and to run the Xbox division. Not
so in
immediately,
in
but
this
in the future.
in this world, will Game Pass survive?
No. Not with the numbers that they have right now. I don't know. If I knew what Bobby Kotick could do, and how he did it, I would be Bobby Kotick.
I would also probably say
I don't
no, if only
think so.
because like
It's
the
expensive.
revenue is down. So
It's
clearly whatever
expensive
they're
and people
doing
don't
with
want
Game
it.
Pass isn't working.
It's expensive and people really, really, really don't want it.
Also, we praised Xbox before for banning Epstein from Xbox Live, but now Bobby Kotick, who is currently being dragged in the Epstein files, he'll come back to take over Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Another full circle moment, but this one is less nice.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
and Andrew said, I think Game Pass has to survive. I think it just moves away from being Xbox and just becomes like a Netflix kind of thing.
No. I think Game Pass I think has to go. It's expensive. It's very expensive for them. And all of the revenues that were promised on it are not turning around. And I think that the first thing that Kotick does is the first thing that Sarah Bond does is she strips it down to just those two publishers, and possibly she'll kill it. But I think Kotick would first thing day one,
think
he
what's
would kill
more
it.
likely is they stop putting first party games on Game Pass. Because I think what we've seen is that Game Pass really does eat into those first party sales, and you just don't make as much from the subscription service as you would just putting it out there for purchase.
Okay, yeah. That I could also see happening. But that's my AC Wraith. You got that logged, right?
Okay, yeah, Bobby Kotick comes back. Huh.
Yeah, thank you. He did the 807. Edie predicts that Phil Spencer will lose his job. Sarah Bond will take over, axing everything but Bethesda and Activision. And then Bobby Kotick will be named the new head at some point in the future. It is a dystopian universe for which I am very unhappy to be predicting, but a prediction it is.
It's just crazy enough to work. It's like that will never happen, so that must mean it's got a solid chance of happening.
Mark my word, if it does, buy Microsoft stock because he would fix it. I don't like him at all. You know how I feel about him. He is pond scum. He is beneath pond scum. He is the walking he's like the avatar for the swamp.
We never
That
saw
being
what
said,
Kotick.
he could do it.
We never saw a Kodak's response to AI. Like he sold Activision before the whole AI thing really took off.
He's no fool. He's not saying anything publicly.
Oh, Andrew says cloud gaming revolves around Game Pass now. They've gone all in on it, so I don't think they'll let it die.
Well, you could say
I would
Meta
say
went
never...
in on it too, on Reality Labs, and look how that turned out.
Okay, that's a little different because Mark Zuckerberg doesn't know a popular trend if it came up and slapped him.
No.
Wait, we've joked before, if Zuckerberg hops on a trend, get off of it because it's done.
Instantly.
Yeah.
If you ever needed more proof that Zuckerberg did not come up with Facebook and stole it from someone, just look at everything that he's done first party, not the stuff he's purchased. The stuff that he's done first party is all terrible from the concept.
Yeah.
And then he just throws a lot of money at it until he figures out it's a bad idea.
What is the Facebook company name now?
I know he changed his whole fucking company name onto to reflect something that he put billions of dollars into, and it failed.
And now everyone making all those games are gone. And then he invested billions into AI, and that's not doing anything for him either. So, yeah. Anyways, I have one more story.
Okay.
So, Highguard came out. Last week, we talked about how Highguard was going to release on Monday with a bunch of stuff. Like it went from having no advertisements to being out. So as it came out, a lot of controversy around it because a lot of people were excited to see it fail. It launched with like about 97,000 players and has since dropped to an average about 11. But one of the common complaints about the game is that it is a 3v3 game. And apparently the way it's structured is the maps are really big. And you'll spend the first part of a round going out and like mining for resources. And then the map kind of shrinks to funnel you into areas where there's more combat. But it's still 3v3 on a big map. And so for a lot of people, they said this just feels empty. Because in that early resource gathering phase, you're not encountering anybody because the maps are so big and the players are so few. So what Highguard is doing now is they're adding a new 5v5 player mode.
Smart.
Which is I got to give them credit for pivoting to this as quickly as they did. I don't know if maybe this is a mode that they just had locked and loaded and ready in the chamber, or if this is something they had to scramble together. But the fact that they're able to respond to a lot of those complaints as quickly as they did is impressive. I don't know if it will help the game. I don't know if it will save it. I don't know if people will like it, but it's at least an impressive bit of a design pivot.
Yeah. I have seen the reviews on Highguard. They are not great. It just, everybody's like, it's kind of a nothing burger.
Yeah.
Even the positive ones, nice to know that
this is okay.
Yeah, they're responding and they're reading the reviews. They're seeing what people are doing. They're seeing what people like and don't like, and they're making adjustments. And I think that this is a legacy of Cyberpunk 2077. And as much as it bothers me that when Metal Gear Solid, I forget which one it was. It was the one when it came out and they had to do mass updates right after it released. Like it was something like a 2-hour download of on day one releasing and everybody said, it's a broken game. If you're releasing it and you need to have a day one patch, that's a broken game.
I don't
And
remember.
now everybody
Yeah.
does day one. Like day one
But-
patches don't even register anymore.
No. Yeah, everything has a day one.
It's a standard. Everything has a day one patch. It's a standard thing. I think that Cyberpunk 2077 ultimately may be the benchmark on many of these games that it becomes acceptable to release a not great, mostly broken game and then incrementally make changes to improve on it based on the feedback that they receive from the player base to turn it into a really good game. That Cyberpunk 2077 showed that you can redeem yourself. Prior to that, if you shipped a broken game, nobody would ever come back to play it.
I mean,
Cyberpunk
ideally, that's
2077,
what
they
early
did.
access is for.
Right. And I'm not saying every game's going to have that, but I think that it has become much more acceptable to release a game that is solid mechanically, but just nothing special to write home about, or maybe, like, it feels this way. It feels empty. I wish, okay, well, add the players. Okay, well, it feels like it needs this. Okay, then add this. And then after, uh, 6 months of iterations,
It's like
essentially 6 months post-released
yeah.
crunching, that's where the crunch is going to be. Is at the end, at the after release, that's when you're going to crunch because you're going to be releasing major gameplay updates and rewrites and changes and mechanic differences so that in 6 months, it's actually a really good game.
These ongoing games always launch in early access. Even if they're not really early access, they're always early access. And on that note, Andrew has his own speculation about the 5v5 mode, which is very similar.
Okay.
He says, I think it was always meant to have more people, but the performance is so rough right now and the low hero pool. They started with 3v3 to get it out of the gate.
Probably.
Following on what you said of like, performance is a little rough. We don't have a lot of heroes. So let's just put it out with the 3v3 mode and then we'll do 5v5 later. Yeah.
And if they had
he says it really should have been early access.
Yeah, if they had written early access on it, everybody would have been fine with it. But here's the thing, major publishers don't do early access.
But I don't think this is published by anyone major.
Isn't it?
No, this is just...
Isn't this published by Xbox?
No.
Oh, and by the way, Jeff Keighley has finally come out publicly and says that he has nothing to do with Highguard, even though because it was speculated that he was.
Yeah, that's dumb. He saw the game and he thought it looked cool, and he's like, I'm going to give you the last slot of the Game Awards because he thought it looked cool. And we can debate on that may have actually done more harm to the game than good.
Yeah.
But it's at least, I think Keighley's like, he's all in the right. He's just a guy who saw a game that he thought this is really cool and he wanted to do what he could to promote it. Like, I think that is a fair, respectful thing to try to do. And the fact that it kind of backfired is not his fault.
Yeah, AC Ray says the publisher is Wildlight Entertainment. He just checked it. It is self-published. So it isn't. For some reason, I thought it was an Xbox release. And Chaos does agree that the placement with the Game Awards by Jeff Keighley, it not just ruined their plans, it ruined their plans.
Yeah, I read that they were originally planning to just shadow drop it. To just say, hey, this game is out right now. You can play it. Boom. Like there wasn't going to be any advertising. So the lack of advertising since the Game Awards makes a lot of sense because that was always the plan. It was just, look, no good deed goes unpunished. Keighley was like, hey, I saw this cool game. I want to help you guys out. And yeah, this was the result.
Yeah, he does say Chaos says they wanted from early design days to shadow drop it like Apex. They just wanted a small dedicated. Yeah, that's what Nick said. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there
he
wasn't
says
meant
there
to be a
wasn't.
hype cycle.
Yeah, there wasn't meant to be a hype cycle, and Keeley hyped it, and this is why not all hype is good. I wonder, did Keeley tell them before he did that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He had to have.
Well, then
They
they should have said, "Please
they
no,
had to have
don't."
signed off on that.
They should have said, "No, please don't. Please don't do that." But I think that if Keeley ever does ask in the future another small game, if they want, the top billing on the Game Awards, that they
I
will
think
say, they will think twice about whether it's a good idea.
I think the lesson is don't be a multiplayer game. Don't be a live service multiplayer game. Because I
Oh,
think
well, yeah.
it's if you are the people that would watch the Game Awards and the people that would tweet it out and the people that would respond to it are the kind of people that don't like live service games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um,
Oh, he said, I was going to say a small dedicated player base. I thought Nick was going to say that. They're a small team, and I think their operating costs are lowish. They wanted to build slowly. So, yeah, they didn't want a big, huge thing out of the gate. They will kind of want to start slow.
whoops.
Yeah. I mean, they can still do that. They had 100,000 players, and now they have their small dedicated player base. So we'll
Because
see how.
everybody said, this is not that great, and walked away.
And now they
But
have a chance.
that's not how they wanted it.
But now they have a chance to do the whole, oh, after a bunch of updates, hey, guess what? High Guard is good now,
Yeah.
right?
And that's, as I said, that is before Cyberpunk 2077, this would have been an absolute kiss of death for this game.
Mhm.
I think that in general, the public does now understand that once you release a game, you can iterate and build on it and tweak it and fix its problems and make something that probably wasn't good at release is actually a very good game. No Man's Sky has proven that that's possible, and
Mhm.
Cyberpunk 2077 you couldn't have done that in a more public way and have it happen so quickly. So, yeah, I think it's at this point, I'm not going to begrudge a game for shipping badly simply because it is
No.
possible to ship a bad game and turn it into a good game.
Yeah. Yeah. Andrew says, I think it'll be clear by the end of February.
Yeah. And I think that there's enough people that recognize that now. Certainly people, that follow gaming news that recognize that that it's possible. What happened with
So,
them and that this was a complete derailment courtesy of Jeff Keighley. Unintentional, but it was
yeah.
courtesy of Jeff Keighley.
So me and Andrew had talked about playing some of it, but I never downloaded it because it's a fairly sizable game, and the space on my PlayStation is limited because Where Winds Meet is really fucking big, and that goddamn albatross around my neck of Baldur's Gate 3 that I refuse to delete
You
is
can
also
delete the game.
no, I can't. No, I can't because then I'll have to download another 150
Oh.
gigabytes to get it back.
Good point.
But that all led me that and the fact that the RAM costs are increasing the costs of SSDs. So I
Target employees,
decided
did you hear about Target employees that they are live streaming the increase of costs
I
of
saw
things,
that.
watching things go up by
And
hundreds of
it was
dollars
like, oh,
overnight?
this Xbox SSD went from, $150 to $300. I saw
Overnight.
that the day before I saw that Reddit post. I bought an SSD for the PlayStation 5.
Oh, nice.
So I bought a 2 terabyte SSD. Should get here Monday. I will plug that in, and then I'll be able to download more games.
Good.
But it did take a while of like, okay, what are the best SSDs? Oh, everyone is like really high on this Western Digital one. How much is that? $600. No.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, what's a good SSD and how can I get it for like $200, $250 at the most, and they ended up finding one for $250. It's like a Corsair 7100. I don't remember, but it's like one of the better ones, and it was $250, which based on that Reddit post of Xbox hard drives now jumping to like $300, I think I'm pretty happy with how I got away from it. It's still more than I would have liked. I probably should have bought this, years ago, but at least it didn't cost as much as a PlayStation 5.
I have a box full of SSD hard drives of Kevin's that I have to go through.
Ooh.
Like, I mean, a box. Like, not a little box. I'm talking about a banker's box full of SSD drives that also disk drives, but mostly SSD drives that are Kevin's and full of just Kevin's crap that I've been like just put in a box because I have to go through it one of these days. And now at this point, I'm not even more interested in going through it. And I'm very tempted to just bulk erase those and put them online. So
yeah, your box of SSDs is the new freezer full of turkeys.
It is. It is.
Although,
well, at the very least, I know I don't have to buy an SSD for a while because I got a lot of them.
It would be kind of interesting to go through there just because you might get some cool behind the scenes stuff of movies that's like, Disney would never put this out. But, you could give it to me. I'll make a torrent and we'll distribute it to the people.
No. Yeah, I do have I have a couple of hard drives that are labeled crypto, and I don't think it's cryptocurrency. I think these are.
What else would it be?
Oh, it would be something that is locked that's got movies on it. That's
okay.
got, like Star
Maybe
Wars.
It is cryptocurrency. Hey, check it out. Maybe he bought Bitcoin.
I have to. I have to. It was Kevin's best friend Kevin who's like, "Hey, I'm not going to throw this away, and it's an old drive, and it says crypto on it." And he goes, "But I don't think that means cryptocurrency." I'm like, "I don't think so either, but it actually has physical keys. You actually have to turn a key in order to access it."
Oh, geez. Okay.
Or you have to insert a key.
Yeah. As he reveals his crimes live on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm trying to avoid getting into big
Crypto with a K? Is it Superman's dog?
No. Crypto with a C, but I think that that's just because they are locked. Yeah.
Andrew also says, careful about deleting data. Getting data completely off of those can be challenging.
Yeah, true. But at the very least, I know I've got enough SSDs to keep me busy. I don't have to buy any SSDs for a while. Yes, I would love to go buy a new one just because it's easier, but no, I don't think I'm going to do that.
Got to sell those ones. You get $600 for each of them.
That would be nice.
They're worth more than the turkeys.
What game is what based on? Bartender say.
Oh, no, that's not a game. We're just talking about Edie selling the box of SSDs that she has.
Yeah, Kevin's old SSDs.
Sitting on an unexpected gold mine.
Overflowing with them.
You are... If I just hang on to this old thing long enough, eventually it'll increase in value.
Yeah, that is the rule. That is the rule of antiques. You just have to hold on to it for 100 years. All right. Anything else that you have?
That was my last news story.
That's my last news story. I've got very little else, and it is early enough that I could easily get on to Where Winds Meet and get married to you.
Okay.
So what about send help?
He said, glad to hear we got to sow and support send help.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that about the movie? Because both words are capitalized.
It does say that. Makes it look like that. Send help is fine. It's okay. It'll do. It's a movie. It's entertaining. It's not a waste of your money.
But it's no 28 years later, the Bone Temple. No hard boiled.
Ubisoft. AC Wraith posted a story. We're shutting it down. Ubisoft unions call for international strike. Oh, really? I don't think that's going to make a
Oh.
difference. It's a good way to
Aw.
lose your job at Ubisoft.
Sorry, I just saw Andrew's text about he asked, "Hey, do you want a third person for the show?" And he's like, "Oh, just checking one more time." I just saw that.
We literally just saw it. You should have said
But
something. Don't text us. Just say something in the chat.
yeah, no, we would
Yeah.
absolutely have had you on.
Absolutely. It'd have been fun. I miss you.
In fact, if you have more news stories, you can come on right now.
No,
We'll
no,
extend
no,
this
no,
out
no,
for
no, no,
another
no, no,
hour.
no, 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 no. I want to play some video games, Nick. Please don't be this way. Please don't be this way.
It's up to Andrew.
80, let's see, another article, 82% of US-based game developers support unionization. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. I think that there's a lot of fear about
Yeah,
unionization.
Star Wars talk.
Star
Come
Wars
on,
talk.
man.
All right.
No, it's probably
But
just
keep
a
it short,
meme.
because seriously.
But I did see AC Wraith posted about the unions of Ubisoft are calling for a strike on the first week of February to protest all of the shit going down with Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm. I think that
No, he
that's
said it's okay. He's playing into it because I remember
okay, then never mind.
Just the Jedi Survivor game.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, how
that's
about
an okay
this?
game.
Can you do it next week? We would love to have you next week. She says as
Yeah.
it's spending 1 hour and 56 minutes. I'd love to have you next week because I sort of want to play some video games. And I know I have a very limited window right now because everybody's at the movies and I can actually play. All right. What game are you going to play next week? Just as a little preview.
I will talk about Cairn. Cairn. It's a climbing game that just came out like this week. Played the demo of it, really loved it. So I've been playing the other game, the main game, and I'll have more to talk about next week for sure.
All right. So we will have a review of Cairn. For me,
This is how I avoided due to bugs, but was very tempted with the sale. Which game?
Cairn, probably.
No. Oh, it was a Jedi Survivor.
Oh, Jedi Survivor. I've heard good things.
Gonna get it on Switch. Jedi Survivor was fine.
I have no idea what I'm going to play. I definitely want to play something. I'm going to be staying at my place this week just because it gives me more freedom to be able to.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah. Claire Obscure 33.
Yeah.
So we will be reviewing Karen next week for certain.
Yeah.
Everything else, maybe. All right. So on that note.
Oh yeah, no Iron Lung because I talked about Iron Lung at the top of the show.
Yeah.
I will talk about the movie. So
Yeah.
next week I'll be able to say how was the movie an accurate representation of the weird ass, kind of boring, but also a little creepy math game that is Iron Lung. I will say, I watched the video of Markiplier playing Iron Lung. That was actually really entertaining.
Oh.
Like his responses to the creepy things that happened are really fun, really entertaining. Like having him go, there are moments when he's like just cruising along and he's got a bit going. And he's like, oh yeah, we're going to the NASA. Oh, we got in. And suddenly he hears something and he stops. And it's like, wait, what the fuck? What is that? So it's fun to see the like, oh, I'm just putting on a show. I'm having fun, blah, blah, blah. Wait, what?
That pulls him out of character?
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it was a good watch. And it's only like 40 minutes. It's very well edited to kind of keep the pace going.
Good. Good. On that note, let's close this out. You've been listening to GameHounds. GameHounds episode 807. We did record this. Wait, what? What? Oh my God. What?
Bartender was watching the feed from the start, not the live feed. And he said, oh, my bad. I'm live now. Exactly as you started to do the outro.
Yeah. Sorry about that, dude.
Sorry.
All right. So
you can
starting once again. Starting once again, let's close this out. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. And let's
Glad
close
that you
this
were
out.
able to make it, even for the last 10 seconds.
All right. Let's close this out. You've been listening to GameHounds, GameHounds 807. We did record this on Sunday, February 1st, 2026. I'm Edie Sellers. With me has been Nick DiNicola. Ways to get a hold of us. GameHounds.net is our website. GameHounds@gmail.com is our email. We record this show live every Sunday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Facebook and Twitch, we're the GameHounds. YouTube, we're GameHounds Vids, VIDS, all one word, as in videos. We would love to have you join us live if you can. If you can't join us live, you can always go to any of those sites to watch us.
Thank you.
Or if you want to just listen to it as a podcast, pretty much every podcast platform you can imagine, but the main one is, of course, Apple Podcasts. Please leave us feedback. Yes, it makes a very big deal. The algorithm loves to see feedback. So if you have any comments, whether you love us or hate us, please, please, please leave us that. It does help us make the show better. And helps other people find us because we have so many people that used to listen to us in the past that no longer can find us because we have our split streams because of stupid Spreaker. Ugh. All of our stuff is being switched and I can't put them together. So please let those people help them find us by leaving us feedback and likes. And if you're listening on Facebook, on YouTube, or Twitch, please hit the like button. And also, if you aren't already, please subscribe. Another ways that you can connect with us, which we love personally, is our, thank you for reviewing us on Apple. There's the link to review us on Apple. Please feel free. We would love to have you go to our Discord. We are on Discord. Let me give you the link for Discord. It is right here, along with our Discord, with our Patreon Discord as well. Or our Patreon link as well. Patreon.com/GameHounds. $1 a month is all we ask to help keep the lights on here, keep all the subscriptions going. But if you want to connect with us personally on Discord, along with many, many more people that usually then can show up for our live shows, they're all on our Discord. We always are talking there. So please join our Discord there. Thank you so much to all of our patrons. Thank you so much to Nick. Thank you so much to everybody. Keep physical alive.
I completely forgot about the rumor that GTA 6 won't have a physical release.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Everyone have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. All right. So that's where the audio show is going to end. All right, everybody in the chat room.
Now, Andrew, you can join us and we'll keep going for another hour.
No, we're not going to go for another hour unless you don't want to get married and divorced. I mean, it's up to you.
Oh, I do want to get
You have
married
a
and
vested
divorced.
interest.
I
You have a vested-
do.
'cause it's going to be at least a week before I can do this again.
I wanna get into the divorcees sect. They're the performers. You haven't seen them. They fly through the air on ribbons.
I know. I will see them today
Ah.
if you let me
Okay.
go. By the way, you notice I actually now have my artwork up.
Oh yeah. Wanted to thank you. Wait, you mean
Yeah.
do it as in keep the show going, or do it as in
Don't
leave
keep the
and go
show
get
going.
married?
No, don't keep the show going. And thank you, bartender.
Yes,
we
thank
love
you.
you. We love you having you here.
We need a midweek show once a month. I could do that. Yeah.
I don't know that I could. Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit. Things are tough now. They raised my rent here, and I haven't
Yeah.
signed my new 12-month lease. I decided to re-up for a 12-month lease.
You cannot. No, but wait. 12 months should be cheaper than month to month.
They don't have an
Nobody
option
talked
for
about that
month to
before.
month. I could do
Oh, okay.
9. I could go as few as 9, as long as 12.
But the 12 should still be the cheapest option.
No, it's all the same price. I either have a 9, 10, 11, or 12 choice.
That's weird. Usually you get like a discount when you do
You'd
the
think.
higher one.
You'd think.
But
no.
you can't move. You still haven't gotten our housewarming gift for your move to this apartment. You cannot leave this apartment before we give you a housewarming gift.
I'm not leaving the apartment. I actually was thinking all last week that when I see you is that I want to set a date for a housewarming party over here. I mean, it's still mostly moved into, and I have floors that are actually going in. My 65-year-old toothless contractor seems to be doing the job. He's there every
Oh.
day, sending me photos as things are going along. He's also finding things wrong and going, "Hey, this is a problem. I can fix this for you." Okay, and he fixes it. So we're
hey, see, Andrew, and I almost got it mixed up again, but I fixed it right there. Ooh, Andrew says Nick has a couch behind him. I see a solution to your problem.
no, I can't.
Except
I'm not going to move in with Nick.
Except that Edie has 2 dogs.
I have 2 dogs. That would be bad. I mean, my dogs would be fine, but Shepherd would have none of it.
We would have 3 people and 4 animals. That's a little much.
Yeah.
Oh, and Bodgen says, "What city are we in?" He's in Los Angeles.
Oh, hey, in Torrance. I know Torrance
pretty
well. It's where I closed the.
You're close by West Coast U.S.
Yeah.
standards, in that we're
I think
in
it
the
was
Bay
the-
Area.
I think it was a
So, like
705.
8 hours.
I think it was 705 that I closed for a SIG alert with my rollover crash in Torrance.
Wow.
Yeah, that was in 1991, I think it was.
Is this related to the story of you chucking sticks of dynamite out of a pickup truck?
No. that was in Tijuana. And
Oh, okay.
That was in the 80s that I did that.
Okay.
That was in college. No, that was the road rage incident where somebody forced me off the road and forced me into a rollover crash on the 705.
Jeez.
How that was with my car. That was my car. My graduation present was my car. That was the first car that would talk to you. The door is ajar. The door is ajar.
Edie, I am happy that you have survived all of these things that other people probably should not have survived. I'm glad you're here now, despite the rollover crashes and the let's chuck dynamite out of a car for fun.
Dynamite was way behind us.
Andrew says, "You need to get married. Edie doesn't have much time."
I know, I could. That's true. Probably true. But I was thinking that you and I, that I want to set a date with you for a party over here.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
yeah, the toothless dude is fixing my house, fixing my downstairs, because I really now can't afford this place without
Yeah, you got to get
supplemental
some
income.
renters in there.
Yeah, big time. Because this next few months are going to be tight as hell. It's going to cost me more than $4,000 a month for this apartment.
Sell those SSDs. Sell those turkeys.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that the fucker. I'm in the FO part of the fuck around part of my life. So
Okay.
yeah, but I was thinking sometime this month. I was hoping to do it in January, but January started to be a little bit chaotic. But maybe sometime, probably in the next 2 weeks, I would like to have you over for Friday, Saturday night or something.
Yeah,
and come
sure.
over for
We can
dinner.
talk about it. We can talk about it more when we're playing the game. Waitress should be right there.
Yep. Hey everyone, have a great one. AC Wraith, bartender, everybody.
Yes, Andrew, Bitters, Eric.
Who else was here? Yeah, Eric.
I'm scrolling
Thank you
back.
for being here. We'll see you next week. Hopefully.
Thank all of you.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Have a good week.